Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Now the roof is up and the flashings have all now been installed, and thank you very much for your questions and comments. It seems to be a very popular topic at the moment, as this roof panel system seems to be of interest to a lot of people. Now I did say at the end of our little two-part thing I was going to do a costings of it, but because I have had so many emails and questions, I thought I'd do a short video comparing the insulated roof panel system that I installed to a traditional timber cold roof system and costing it against it. Now, originally I costed a traditional timber roof last summer, before timber became the new Bitcoin, shall we say. And when I looked at the insulated panel system, it was about £200 or £300 more than what I'd originally costed for the timber. But I looked at the actual ease of the installation and how suitable I thought it would be for me and my needs, and I thought the extra money was probably worth the investment. But what I've done is I've retrospectively gone back to my original costing and now done a comparison between what I paid for the insulated roof panels and what it would cost you now if you were to do a traditional timber framed cold roof. So without further ado, let's look into the statistics of it, and I'll show you the prices, what I paid, and a rough estimate costing wise against a timber equivalent. So here we go. If I put it up on the screen, what we have for the insulated panel system, you can see there, it's a breakdown of the full costing. This is what I paid all in. So for the panels, the flashings, the fixings, and also for a cutting fee, because I had 4 panels that were cut in half. I think it was £15 each for that. And the total came up at £1,794.53, and that is inclusive of 20% value added tax here in the UK. So you think about, that actually is a lot of money, and it was, but to be honest, it was originally, say, about 200 or 300 quid more than what I was expecting to for the timber system. But the ease of the installation was, it was so much easier. I was absolutely dreading doing the roof, doing a lot of the work on my own, maybe getting some help in every now and then. Now, let's have a look at what I've costed for a traditional timber cold roof system now, including insulation. And this is based on I have a 3.5 metre span. So looking at the span tables, it was to use 7x2 timbers at 400mm centre intervals. So let's have a little look at that one. Now, these prices, I have looked at quite a lot of pricing online, and not the cheapest, not the most expensive, a mean average. Now, this is up in the northwest of England. Some of your prices down in the southeast, you might be laughing about how cheap in the current climate some of these prices are. On some of you might look at it and think it's a little bit expensive, but it's I'd say about a mean average of current prices at the moment. So I was needing 4.2 metre lengths of 7x2s, and I needed 19 of them for the joists, and then obviously you got around the outside and the noggins, and a 10% extra really in case there's any issues with any of the timbers. So I needed 27 of them, and that comes in at £621. The 8x2 tongue and groove OSB boards to go over the top, needed 20 of them. That comes in at £440. The EPDM rubber for roofs, which I used before on my shed build, that totaled at £606.61. They're widely available 10% discounts there, so that's £545.95. Insulated kingspan to go underneath. So again, 10 of those at about £25 each. And then extras like fixings, being quite lenient, maybe 30 quid, foil tape, £25. Now that comes in at £1,911.95. And that would not give you a finished underside. You would then have to decide whether you're going to plasterboard it, or you're just going to put OSB or plywood or whatever to go under there. So that's an unfinished roof, but it would be covered EPDM and insulated. So all you'll be looking up at is Celotex or Kingspan with foil tape at that price. Now, the system I got would cover 30 square meters. I had to cut one of the panels down to get it to the size that I wanted. So at 1794, you're roughly looking at about £60 per square meter, all in. So fixings, flashings, all that kind of stuff. So that's about £60 per square meter. This costed upwards for 28 square meters for the cold roof system, and that would come in at roughly, as I say, 1911 at £68 per square meter. Now, again, unfinished. So there is food for thought, folks. All right. So some people might look at these insulated panels thinking it's too much of a luxury, too much of an expense. I can't afford to that kind of outlay. Go and do your costings against a cold roof system, and I think you might find, bizarrely, in the current climate, that maybe the insulated roof system is a little bit more economical than the traditional timber cold roof or warm roof, or however you'd approach it. And I think it's important to point out at this stage that this is currently materials only and not labour. Now, as I demonstrated in my 2 videos with the insulated roof panel system, I reckon 2 people, a full day could probably get the whole system installed with a half-day contingency. That's getting all the panels up and all the flashings as well. Now, how long does it take to build a traditional insulated cold roof system? I don't know, you tell me. I'd imagine it's not a day with a half-day contingency. I'd imagine it'd be substantially longer. And also, if you're working on your own, or if it's just 2 of you, or maybe 3, it does take a bit of an educated knowledge to know what you're doing. If you look at the current installation videos on YouTube from a variety of makers, there are a lot of differing opinions on how these systems work. As ever, folks, if you've got any questions about this, please leave a comment. I'm certainly no expert, as you know. I'm just the enthusiastic DIY guy who's just working with one arm. But I can try and answer your questions as best I can. I can just base it on my experience. I've done a couple of shorts videos as well, because I had a few people asking about the roof flashings, particularly at the back. So you might want to check them out. So as ever, everyone, take care and look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much.